my channel. My name is Erin and I'm a little bit obsessed with books. And when I say a little, I mean a lot. I mean a lot. I mean like disturbingly so. I just finished reading Bone Crier's Moon. Let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack here. If you haven't read it, I'm gonna do a non-spoilery part of this review to start, and then we're gonna get into the spoilers. So I'll tell you when you can go, because you gotta go and read it, and then come back and join us, and we'll have a chat, because there's a lot to talk about. So, quick non-spoilery thing. Bone Crier's Moon is set in a Frenchy type of place. There's a really interesting mythology where these people have to kill the people that they love in order to become bone criers. And our characters that we're following, one of them has been training with us her whole life and she's finally come to her rite of passage where she gets to do this. But little does she know that there's a person who's actually hunting her because his father was killed by a bone crier and now he wants revenge on all the bone criers, so he wants to kill a bone crier. Their paths cross. It's a hate to love book, so if you like that kind of thing, this is definitely up your alley. If you like really interesting mythology, I would definitely pick it up. And also, can we just talk about how stunning this cover is? And also, I got one of the special editions. It has this on the inside cover. What did I think of the book? I enjoyed it. I really had a good time reading it. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet, but we're getting there. So if you haven't read it, now's the time to go. Read it, come back, we'll talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you like. Wait, just go. Just go read it. Are they gone? Okay, spoilery people, let's have a chat. Let's start by talking about the bone criers themselves, the whole mythology behind that. I really like that, the whole like the gods who were in love and had a baby and then the baby became a bone crier and now the bone criers are multiplying and then we have lots of bone criers and people who can like take care of the dead. I love the whole chained thing and unchained. Beautiful visuals. I love the fact that they're a color that we don't know about because then I could visualize something. And mine was almost like a golden hue, like a champagne hue. I don't know if that's what she said it was in the book, but that's what my brain has decided it is. I love the French setting. How many times have I read a book that's got a Frenchy type of setting? Not all that often. You know, there are times when you read a book and there's some like amazing creation like Bone Criers where they've come up with this extraordinarily cool mythology that I haven't heard of existing in any other mythology. It might, but I don't think it does. And I just read that and I go, I wish I'd written that. The mythology runs really deep, how they get their light from Elara, how everybody has light, how that light can be stolen. I like how deep it runs, but I wanted more. With the first book in a series, you have a limit for how much you can put in it because it can't be over a certain length. But if it had been allowed to be over a certain length, I would have liked more mythology. In fact, I would have actually substituted some of the fighting for more mythology. Because I feel like there's so much more to be said about what happened and what happens in Elara's paradise and Tyrus's hell. Like there's so much more to be known and I feel like we barely scratched the surface and I want more. Let's have a chat about the characters. Our main characters, Bastien, Sabine and Alice. And also Cass, he's got potential. Out of all the characters in the entire book who had the most character growth, number one definitely has to be Sabine. She wasn't weak, and that's the thing. That's the thing that kind of irritates me, is that we mistake kindness for weakness. The Bone Criers just have a very messed up view of what strength is. They are strong, but there are other strengths too. The strength to be merciful, the strength to be kind. Sabine has those strengths, but she's been put in a position where she's forced to choose between her nature and a destiny. We definitely see that she has made her choice. She's chosen the destiny over her nature. But I think in the next book we're gonna see those two collide, and I hope that they find like a happy medium where she can still be merciful and kind and also have that strength that she's looking for and actually feel like she is strong and that she is equal to the other bone criers. Elise, while she's not wrong about a lot of the law and like you're destined to die, your blood will be, your life is mine, all that stuff, she's not wrong. She also sounds like a brainwashed cultist. For a good portion of the book, I was expecting Marcel to pull out some book that proved all of her theories wrong and everything that she believed about the Bone Criers to be wrong, and then for her to have some like an existential crisis where she's like, oh my gosh, my whole life is a lie. She kind of did have that, but not in the same way, because we've been proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the Bone Criers are necessary, what they do is necessary, and that they will die if they don't do what they're supposed to do, and then other people will really suffer and souls will be destroyed. We know the bone cryers are necessary. However, she does get that existential crisis because she has actually fallen in love with Bastian, who else saw it coming, was not her amore. I knew it. I never ever doubted that he was not her amore. I knew it. It was too convenient that he would have been. And I was going through the whole book and she was like, your life is mine. It's like, it's foretold by the gods. I'm just like, no it isn't. He's not your amore. You're wrong. And then at the end, here comes Cass and I'm just like, bitch, I told you so. Did anybody else see that coming or was it just me? The thing with Elise is I wanted to grab her by the shoulders and shake her and say, your mom is evil. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Your mother's evil. Her mother abandoned her in a mine shaft to plummet to her death. Yes, the bone flute is extremely important, but what kind of mother abandons her daughter? She knows she can't get the bone flute back, so the next option is save your kid. But she's just like, no, the bone flute's not here. I know you're here, but the bone flute's not, and I'm not here for you. So I'm just gonna go. See you later. Bye. Have fun dying. I'll ferry your soul for you. What kind of mother? What kind of mother? And then Elise continues to forgive her, and it's just like, Elise, your mother's a bitch. But that's the great thing about Elise. She's flawed. She wants to love. She wants to be loved. And when she lets herself actually be loved, it's her undoing. And for a creature that is not human, so unhumanly, who relies on the stars and the moon to give her strength, who gets graces from animal bones, who ferries the dead, to have such a human trait makes her very relatable, and that's so well written. Frustrating because I felt so sorry for her because she had such a terrible mother, but honestly was really, really well written. Another thing about Elise, she seemed, not Elise, Sabine, I get their names mixed up a lot. Sabine seemed confused a lot of the time. I mean, she was following the owl around. I like the owl, could visualize that, it was beautiful. She's following this owl around, trying to figure out what to do, and she keeps changing her mind, and because we're in present tense and we're in their minds, I know things, and she doesn't know these things. So it's just like, I got really frustrated. I wanted to scream at her like, just do it! Just do it, stop hesitating, just do it! Stop changing your mind, just do it! Don't tell what's her face! Don't tell your mother! But that's the thing about books written in the present tense and in someone's mind. You know things, they don't know those things, especially when it's multi-POV, and you just want to scream at them. Don't do that, you idiot! Jules is a stone-cold, jealous bitch. I wanted to like her. As a character, she's very interesting, she's complex, she's flawed a lot, but she is so jealous of Elise that she's actually willing to let innocent people die. And not just die, but like be eliminated from existence. And it's not like she doesn't have that information. She has Marcel, and he's got the books, and he, we know, is very smart and can figure crap out. He could have found that out and conveyed it to her, but she's just like, no, he's just under her spell, so I'm gonna take the bone flute, and you know, I'm gonna take her bones too, so that they both might die here on this cliffside. She's one of those characters who has more brawl than brain, and Marcel has more brain than brawl, but actually I prefer Marcel because he's a genuinely likable character. Whereas Jules frustrated me. I want to like her. I think I'll like her more in the next book. She needs to find someone who is more suited to her than Bastian, because Bastian and Elise are endgame, in my opinion. I see a love triangle coming up because Cass is her like perfect match, but we know from her mother that the perfect match isn't always the perfect match. Oh, that can of worms. Holy crap. What was the mother's name again? I've forgotten. Odiva. The mother's name was Odiva. I did not piece together that Odiva would be Sabine's mother. There was nothing to hint at that until they're like, boom, I'm your mommy! I feel like there should have been some foreshadowing for that, and maybe I'll reread it and I will find some foreshadowing. But again, because it's written in multi-POV, in the present tense, in the mind, it's hard to foreshadow that kind of thing, I think. I don't know, I've never written like that before. I don't know, that whole plot twist did catch me by surprise. And I do like it when plot twists catch me by surprise, but I like some foreshadowing so that I can piece all the steps backwards and go, oh! And I didn't feel like we got that. And also, how dumb would you be to think that somebody had two amores? You'd have to think they were very blessed by the gods. And actually, you know what? a bone crier would believe that because they'll believe anything that Odiva says to them. Did anything about the book bother me? Yes, a little bit. I was finding towards the end, very detailed description of I kick there and I punch there and he swings there, and it got a little bit much and I found myself skipping sentences, trying to get to where things happened, to where we had a result of the fight, because it just was it lasted a long time. It was intense and it was really good, but it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need information now. Things I'm looking forward to in the next book, I'm really excited to see where things go with Cass, because I think maybe Cass and Sabine could be a thing. I could ship that. I'm so proud of our girl Sabine. She's gathering all her strength and she's going to rescue her friend, and she showed up at the end with Jules and them and she's like, I need your help, we're gonna rescue Sabine, and she's like all cloak and daggery, and she just went from 0 to 100, and that I'm like, yes! I will say, I didn't cry when we thought Bastien died, and I thought I would have, but I didn't, but that may be just because there was so much going on that I didn't actually have time to feel it. But I was disappointed that he was dead, but he wasn't dead. All things considered, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how many stars I would give it. I actually hate giving things stars because they're just not enough stars for some things and too few stars for others and too many for others. It's confusing, so I'm not going to give it stars. I'm hoping in the next book we're going to learn more about the mythology, that we'll learn more about Ilara's paradise and Tyrus's hell, and how those two really connect and what happens to the spirits, the souls, after they pass through. Also excited to see if they can break the soul bond between Cass and Elise, because I want Elise to be with Bastien, if that was not already very obvious. There are now 2 bone flutes, so I don't know how that's going to affect things, but I feel like it might. We'll see how that goes. I feel like a lot of this book was setting us up for the next one. As far as I'm aware, it's a duology, so there's only one more. I will read it when it comes out. I'm really excited for that. I think it comes out next year. I don't think I have anything else to say. My current read and next review will be Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. Tell me what you thought of Bone Crier's Moon. Was it something that you loved? Was it something that you hated? There seem to be mixed reviews about it at the moment, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Erin. I make videos like this twice weekly. If you want to see more book reviews or watch silly ridiculousness where I just have fun with my books, hit the subscribe button if you're new, or hit the bell notification and you will get notified when I post new videos. Also, if there are any particular videos you want to see, tell me in the comments and I will make it happen. Okay, cool. I'll see you all next time. Bye!